welcome to Roanoke County Today. I'm Teresa Hall, Roanoke County's Public Information Director. There are several road projects coming up. We'll tell you where and how traffic will be impacted. Plus, looking for something for the kids to do this summer? You'll want to check out our summer reading program and brand new outdoor water park. The details and much more just ahead. Hope you'll stay with us.
Welcome back. We're here today to celebrate the grand opening of St. Francis Service Dogs' new kennel building here at the St. Francis campus. And with me today is Cabell Ewell, the Executive Director of St. Francis. Welcome.
Thank you.
Cabell, now tell us about this project, this beautiful kennel building, and how it all began.
This building, we began planning it years ago. We did a lot of research into this building to make it a state-of-the-art building with all the latest innovations for our dogs. The purpose of this building, all of our operations now are out of this building. All of our offices are here. Also, there are kennels here to house our dogs in advanced training. So it's going to change the way we operate, make it much more efficient, and it's going to save us money in the long run.
Now, Cabell, I was with you several years ago when we looked at your initial building. This is a much bigger project than we'd ever imagined it becoming. It's very, very nicely done, and I know it cost a lot of time and money. Can you tell us about that fundraising effort?
Sure. We have been raising money for the past few years. We haven't completely finished paying for this building, so the fundraising effort is ongoing. We decided to go ahead and build because we had enough money to get started. We also recognized that in the down economy, we were able to build this building for 20% cheaper than the estimates had been a couple years ago. Also, because of the timing, we were able to employ local people and kind of invest our money back into the community at a time where we felt it was best for us and best for the community. So we took a leap of faith and we did it anyway, and I think we have a better building for it. And we think everything's going to work out just fine in the end, but we do still need people's support to help us finish this project.
Well, your mission is very important, and we know that the animals that you're training at this facility are very special to the partners that you're serving. Can you tell us a little bit about what's inside the building and the kennel runs and so forth?
Sure. When you come into the building, there are several office spaces. There's also a large room where the trainers spend their time and where they do their paperwork and talk to each other about training methods and things like that. There's a large grooming space where we bathe the dogs and groom them, and also they can have vet exams in that space. There's an isolation kennel for dogs that aren't feeling so well, and that room has its own HVAC system so the air doesn't mix with the rest of the building. It also has its own entrance and exit so that diseases that track on your feet like parvo won't be passed on to the other animals. Then of course there's the heart of the building, which is the kennel portion. There's 12 kennels in that portion. They're made to house 2 dogs each. The floors are radiant heated for their comfort in the winter. They all have their own individual outdoor runs. That room is full of sunlight. It's very airy, it's very bright, in order to keep the dogs, again, feeling comfortable and relaxed. There's speakers in that room where we pipe in music. And if you go in there, you'll find the dogs are very quiet and peaceful. You don't walk in and hear barking and things like that. The dogs are very happy there, and that's what we're trying to accomplish.
You also have veterinary services here in this facility?
Eventually, we hope to. Presently, we still rely on our vet partners in the community who are incredibly good to us. But we would love one day to be able to have a vet come here and see our dogs here. So that's part of the plan for the future, yes.
Now tell us a little bit about St. Francis and some of your partners. And I believe you said you were the only one in this area like this?
We are. There are 3 service dog organizations in Virginia. St. Francis is the largest. A lot of people think that St. Francis is a national organization. We're not. We're based here in Roanoke County, and we serve the entire state of Virginia. We are nationally and internationally known, however, for the quality of our dogs. We're one of a very few number of organizations that are accredited through Assistance Dogs International in the world. And so it's something I think that this community really can be proud of.
And the dogs that you train, is there a fee for that? Or if your partners needed assistance, is there a fee for a dog?
Again, a lot of people don't realize this. These dogs are very expensive to train. It costs St. Francis between $20,000 and $25,000 per dog, and it takes 2 years. However, they are placed with our partners for free. There is not a charge for these dogs. So otherwise most people wouldn't be able to have one. So it's an amazing thing, but we do fundraise to make the whole thing possible.
Cabell, it's a wonderful service that you're providing to your partners. We're so grateful that you're here in Roanoke County. This campus is gorgeous and this building is amazing. Thank you for being with us today, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's shaping up to be a very busy summer for road crews working in Roanoke County. I'm joined by George Simpson and David Holliday, who are both in Roanoke County's Community Development Department. Gentlemen, thank you so much for taking the time to come out and talk about some road projects that are coming up this summer. It's always good to let folks know about traffic interruptions, no matter how large or small. Let's go ahead, George, and start with the construction that's actually taking place behind us here. We're on Merriman Road, and there's a lot going on behind us. Exactly what is the plan for the summer, and when's this really going to get underway in earnest?
Well, as you can see, we have W&L Construction was given a contract to build a roundabout here. And what makes it important is also behind that is construction of the library, which is going on. So really the two projects kind of meld together. And we're planning to close traffic June the 11th so we can take out the pavement on Merriman Road. And this roundabout will be a 5-legged roundabout, so it'll do a lot of things that will serve the new library, of course. It'll serve Penn Forest School here. It'll serve Darrell Shell Park. It will also help to manage, as you can see additionally, is the large amount of traffic coming on Merriman Road. So it'll do a lot to try and make that a safer passage on Merriman Road. So the summer's going to be very busy.
Now, part of Merriman's actually going to be shut down, and so you're going to have detours in place. Can you kind of give us an idea, not going into a lot of specifics, but an idea of exactly where we're talking about?
Yeah, there'll be a lot of signs up. Anybody coming on Merriman towards Starkey will be shown how to get around this area. And of course, from Starkey Road, they'll be shown how to get around this area back to the other part of the county. So signs will be up at all the intersections, but this road will be closed to through traffic. So we've carefully laid out how you can still get about without having to come through here.
And when is that start date for that detour?
That'll be 6 o'clock at 6 a.m. June the 11th through August the 23rd. This will be closed.
Okay. All right, well, let's switch gears a little bit and talk with David. I guess we want to start with some of the construction that's going to be going on in the western part of Roanoke County.
Yes, going in a chronological order, on the same day, June 11th, a bridge is going to be reconstructed on Dry Hollow Road. This is the road going to Camp Roanoke. And because the road dead ends, the road will be physically closed as that bridge deck is removed and replaced all in the same day. But it will require an actual closure of that road from 8 a.m. until about 4 p.m. And we are staging, we've notified the folks out there, there are signs up in the vicinity alerting them. We actually tried to do this last fall and summer and fall, but we're not able to do it because of weather. But our emergency services folks are going to be staged at Camp Roanoke in case they're needed on that side of the bridge.
Good planning.
But this is a unique situation because there is no detour around the site. So hopefully everybody knows about it, and we're hoping to get the word out through this interview as well.
Okay. And another project out in the western part, do you want to jump into that one next?
Sure. Later in July, there will be a similar project on Poor Mountain Road, and it'll be a bridge replacement project. It is going to be during the night, overnight on a Friday evening from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Friday, excuse me, to 9 a.m. Saturday.
Okay.
And the contractor has a choice of dates throughout July. The earliest that they said they wanted to do it is July 23rd. More likely will be July 30th.
Okay.
There will be a press release coming out in the near future from VDOT on that particular project, but we wanted to go ahead and get the word out today since we're doing this program.
Okay. All right, and the last project is kind of close to the construction where we're at here. It's Colonial Avenue, correct?
Yes, the second phase of Colonial Avenue reconstruction. As you remember, last year the roundabout was constructed and part of that road was closed for that roundabout construction. This section is further up toward Route 419 Electric Road, and the closure will be from North Cross School entrance on Colonial to Colonial Place, and that will be from June 14th, Monday, June 14th through July 23rd.
Okay.
That road will be closed, so there will be detours around that site as well.
A lot is happening in Roanoke County, and we're always trying to communicate with the citizens. One of you want to talk about the new transportation page that's been created?
Sure. We're updating our transportation webpage, and it can be linked through our county main page, and we're trying to get the word out about these road projects and any other transportation related goings-on in the county, and so that we can have more information available for the citizens.
Okay. All right. That's RoanokeCountyVA.gov/transportation. All right, David and George, a lot going on. Thank you, as always, for coming out to share the information.
Sure, absolutely.
And stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. I'm Dan O'Donnell, Assistant County Administrator, and I'm here in the 419 Library with Diane Rosapep, who is our Director of Library Services for Roanoke County. Thanks for being with us today.
Well, welcome to the library.
Well, it's great to be here. Now, it's getting very summery out, and that means
yes,
only one thing could possibly happen, and that's the summer reading program.
That's right.
Tell us about the library's summer reading program.
It's about time for us to stage our annual extravaganza of fun and frolic in the libraries. This is the program we stage every year and have for generations. There are parents bringing their kids to summer reading who attended it themselves. We offer kids the opportunity to enroll in this program, read books, and then get great prizes for doing it. All the smaller children receive a special incentive at the end, and coupons and other gifts along the way to encourage them to keep reading. And then the teenagers have their own program, and they get a chance to win things like an iPad and an MP3 or an MP3 player or a gift certificate or other things. I'm not sure what they are, but the kids are excited about them.
Right, yeah. So does each branch offer a different program?
They all offer the same basic reading program that you enroll in and read a certain amount of books. It's kind of up to you what you read, but where they vary is the individual entertainment programs they have. Our friends of the library very generously sponsors these programs, and we hire professional entertainers to come in, and magicians and ventriloquists and jugglers and animal farms come, and the wildlife center comes, and each branch has its own set of programs. So if you're interested in one that's not at your branch, you can go to another one and attend it. Great.
And you talked a little bit about some of the different age groups. What are the specific age groups of the children that can participate?
Any child can participate. If a child isn't reading yet, the parent can read to them, and that counts too. You just have to kind of keep track of the time or the books you read. The children's program goes up to about age 11, and then from 12 and up is the teen program.
So. Great. And what time of day does this occur? Is it all in the morning or throughout the day? Or?
Well, the reading program, of course, is sort of self-guided. You can read whenever you want.
Of course.
But the events take place both in the morning and the afternoon. Just depends on, a lot of times it depends on the performer's availability and when they could come. But they're usually about 10 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon.
That sounds like a lot of fun for all the kids.
It is.
How do our viewers find out more about the specific programs?
Well, if they'll call any county library, they can get information that way, or if they'll check our website, or if they'll dig to the bottom of their children's backpacks, they'll find the flyers with the schedule in it buried somewhere at the bottom.
Great. Well, that sounds like a great program, and I'm sure you're all looking forward to it in the libraries.
It's fun, but it's a busy summer.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I want to encourage all the kids to read.
Yeah.
Now, switching gears a little bit, we are also in the construction of the new South County Library.
At last.
And how is that construction going?
It's finally started. I had the opportunity last week to take a slightly guided tour of the what will be the ground floor of the new library, and it's really exciting to see it laid out and see the various areas where the children's room will be, where the coffee shop will be, and the Friends bookstore, and the meeting rooms, and so forth. I didn't go up to the second floor yet, but I will.
It's just a concept at this point, I believe.
Yes, I hadn't risen to those lofty heights yet.
So when is the project supposed to be completed?
We're hoping that the plan right now is for it to be completed by early fall of 2011.
Great. That's not that far away. Time goes fast.
It is not.
And In addition to the summer reading program in the new South County Library, there's been some operational changes. We just passed the county budget. The board passed the county budget unanimously, and there were some, unfortunately, a couple little changes that does have to do with the libraries, and especially fees for overdue books,
yes,
and some hour changes. Can you tell our viewers about those?
Well, along with the happy news about summer reading program, there are a couple of maybe less jolly stories to talk about. The hours had to be trimmed just a little bit to fit into the new budget. And the most economical way we could do that with the least impact was to close our headquarters library on Sundays. It's the only library in our system that was open on Sundays, so this will bring it back to the schedule of the other main library, or the other libraries in our system. And we regret doing that and hope someday we can restore those hours, but not right now.
Times will get better.
They will get better. The fines and fees ordinance was a 20-year-old ordinance that had really become outdated. It was full of archaic language, and it no longer reflected the costs of materials. So we kind of had to update it, and we brought it to the board, and they did pass it at their May 25th meeting.
Okay, and what does that do in terms of specific charges for overdue books and things?
Oh, that's the one. It will change the daily fine for materials from 10 cents, for most materials, from 10 cents to 20 cents a day. But if patrons are worried about incurring that fine, they have several ways to avoid it. Probably the easiest is to bring them back on time.
Right.
But the other is they can call us to renew, or they can renew online, or they can sign up for software that will tell them when their books are due. They'll get an email telling them their books are coming due.
Right, and even 20 cents per day is not a significant penalty, I don't think.
No, it's not so bad. And most people really are pretty obliging about it when they realize that every cent of that money goes to buy more books. Right,
which is always a tough issue with the limited funds we have right now.
That's right.
Well, I thank you for visiting with us today and telling us about the summer reading program and the changes in operations, as well as the construction progress on the new South County Library. And I hope you have a fun summer.
Thank you, and come back soon.
Thanks.
Touch a Truck is the most incredible event. This is our second year. Last year we had over 100 vehicles out there, wheels, wings, and water, so you can imagine the type of vehicles, but kids and families got to crawl on them, sit in them, honk the horns, do things with vehicles they never get the opportunity to do. It was a day full of adventure. We will have everything from fire trucks to a jet fighter, to hopefully a helicopter. We will have race cars, we will have solar vehicles out there, plus we will have your everyday vehicles that you see on the streets. We'll have very large trucks, we'll have very small trucks. We'll even have some go-karts, all kinds of vehicles, anything you can imagine, because this year we're aiming to have over 150 vehicles. There will be food vendors there. We will have an activity or two for the children, so if they need to calm down a little bit because they're getting so excited because of everything that's out there, we will have some activities for them. We will have the famous fireman's foam and the water spray so kids can go out there and have fun. It's going to be, as I said, a day full of exploring and adventures. All of this is going to take place on Saturday, July 31st from 10 to 3 p.m., 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Green Hill Park in Roanoke County. We have fabulous sponsors who are helping us tremendously. We have Fox 2127 who's going to help us get the word out as well as bring some of their vehicles. We have the Home Builders Association that are helping us recruit some of their members who have fabulous vehicles to bring them out for everybody to play with. We also have the National Association of Women in Construction that will be helping us pull everything together, orchestrate, and make the day fabulous. For more information, they can go to our website at www.roanokecountyparks.com, or they can call our Live, Learn, and Play line at 387-6455.
More than 15 years ago, Roanoke County and the city of Opola, Poland began a sister city partnership that continues today. In early June, we were fortunate to have two guests from Opola join us, and they are here now to talk about their experiences over the past couple of days and what they hope to accomplish this week. They are Mr. Janusz Karpinski and Dr. Donata Korpas. And sitting here on the end, we have Dr. Chris Slowakowski, who is Roanoke County's Sister City Liaison, I like to call you. Chris, thank you so much for helping to arrange to bring these guests here so that we can experience their culture and they can experience ours. It's been many years since we've had that exchange. This must be a great pleasure for you.
Absolutely. My background is Polish. I am of Polish descent. My parents did emigrate from Poland right after World War II. We moved here to Roanoke in 1992, and approximately around the 1994 time frame, I heard on NPR an audition, a radio audition, speaking about a partnership beginning with Poland. And the narrator was Elmer Hodge. I immediately picked up the phone and called Elmer and said, if you need some help, you can count on me. And here it is 16 years later almost, and I'm deeply involved in the program.
You sure are.
And have had a wonderful time working with this program.
Mr. Karpinski, you are the Chief of International Affairs for OPOLA. What is it that you hope to gain while you're here?
Well, I came here to discuss and to find new ways of developing new links and cooperation between two cities. My idea is to involve as many organizations, institutions, people as possible.
And Dr. Korpas, you're a medical doctor and a teacher back in Poland. Is it the community, our medical community, that drew you to come here?
I have to mention that I'm a teacher in the public higher medical school in Opole, which is the first medical higher school in Opole. So we really count on international exchange and maybe scientific and educational program.
So learning about the education.
Yes, first of all.
What has surprised both of you, or is Roanoke County what you had expected it to be? Mr. Karpinski?
Well, it is not my first visit to United States. However, this is my first visit to Virginia and Roanoke. I looked into a map in Poland and I tried to think about Roanoke. Well, what I found is that it's beautiful. It is green and surrounded by beautiful mountains and beautiful forests.
Yes.
Slightly different from my city, from Opole, because Opole is on flat surface. However, we have also plenty of forest around, so this is in common.
Dr. Korpas? You've been to Miami, but this is your first trip to Virginia.
Yes, and I have to completely agree. Agree that this is amazing nature and very helpful people here. So I hope it's not my last visit in Roanoke.
We hope not to. Yeah. Chris, you must hope that we've gone through 16 years. We have another 16 with the Sister City Partnership.
At least. We have focused our attention the last several years on arts and culture. Perhaps the audience may recall a visit of some students several years ago that came from the Music Academy in Opole. We were expecting another group this past April, but however, due to circumstances beyond our control, frankly, it was an exploding volcano that prevented their arrival. We hope to reschedule their visit this coming fall. But we hope to have different exchanges in a different direction, and that is why the visit with Mr. Karpinski and Dr. Korpas is very exciting. We're hoping to explore this medical angle with our new med school within Roanoke. We have Jefferson College of Health Sciences. We have the Virginia Tech, Polytech polytechnic facilities not that
Correct.
far away. It's just a phenomenal ability to join with other comparable institutions and have an exchange that could be just very exciting.
I agree. All right, Chris, thank you. Mr. Karpinski, Dr. Korpas, thank you for your time, and thank you for taking the time to come to the United States and to visit with us. We certainly appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
And stay with us. We'll be right back. That's all for this edition of Roanoke County Today. We leave you now with some of the sights and sounds from the official grand opening of Roanoke County's new outdoor water park, Splash Valley. Thanks for joining us.
With them as well? Okay. Right here. Right here. Right here. Thanks, guys.
Well, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh man, it was the best. Simply the best. I'm gonna ride it again. Oh yeah! Yeah! Come on, right here! Oh.
Yeah!